Yo, people, what's up? This is your boy John from colderice.com, and I'm going to delve into something that I've avoided for probably the past year that I've been doing Colder Ice. And there's always been like this lingering two-question thing that goes on in a lot of eBayers questioning of me. The first thing they ask me usually is, have you ever met Griff? And the second thing they ask me, well, does Griff like you? And so I can only answer one of those questions definitively, and the first one is no, and I'm thinking probably the second one is similar to the first answer. So, but I don't know. Here's the deal, guys. Today, or actually it was a little bit yesterday, on Griff's Facebook page, and for those of you who don't know Griff is called the Dean of eBay Education Grand Poobah La. Psych, no, I'm teasing. He's not the Grand Poobah, but he is the Dean of eBay Education. And here is what he wrote on his blog. On his blog, on Facebook, he actually wrote, changes coming to eBay Radio November 3rd. We'll be announcing more during the week, but one of the biggest changes will be access to the live show. Starting November 3rd, the link to all eBay radio shows will only be available from the eBay radio group. And then he gives the URL for the radio group, and he says, if you're not subscribed to the group, I urge you to do so as soon as possible. So here's the deal, guys. To be in this group, first, you have to be registered on eBay. Okay, maybe not a big deal, but some people might have listened to the show that weren't registered. The second thing is to get the link, you have to be a member of this group inside of the eBay groups section on eBay. So, I mean, that's like 3 levels deep, you know, and then you'll find the link. Now, for those of you who are maybe not have e-commerce stores, I will tell you one thing, is that the best practices for an eBay commerce store is to make sure that your links to any product is only 2 and at the most 3 links away. So already eBay is pressuring that number or pushing that number forward if they want somebody to find the eBay radio program live. It's not going to be under best practices, that's for sure. But at any rate, so the deal is, guys, is that for this year or so that I've been doing this blogging thing, I've made it a point not to speak to the eBay radio program issues. You know, I actually had the opportunity 2 weeks ago to listen to the show in its entirety, and I haven't done that in years. And I did it because I believe John Donahoe was on that day, and I wanted to hear his commentary. And the reason why, and I haven't said anything, is because, you know, sometimes it's got that, you know, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all kind of feel. And also, I just don't want to come off as, you know, mean in my critique. Although, what I will tell you today, this critique is completely, a constructive thought or a constructive criticism. And I don't know if it's really a criticism. But here's the deal, is that after being on the platform for this many years, and of course having as many transactions as I've facilitated on the platform, at this stage of the game, there's nothing on the eBay radio program for me at all. There's 0. I listened to the show, like I said, just a few weeks ago, and I was reconfirming that while I was listening, because the first hour was, while I was waiting on John to come on the show, was nothing but newbie questions, you know, and I'm talking about how do you get a good picture, you know, that I'm making fun, but it really is. It's about that level of understanding with most, like probably 90% of the questions that were fielded during that hour that I had to endure while I was waiting. Look, man, I'm serious. It's just not a whole lot of content that is usable for just past somebody that has been doing eBay for probably a year. You know, I mean, there's just not any usable strategies, and it's nothing but newbie material, and it's the same material over and over and over again. It's the same complaint about somebody didn't pay and they left a negative feedback, or it's just the same old stuff. So I'm listening, I'm hearing nothing exciting, nothing new, and I'm thinking to myself, why in the world is this still called the eBay radio show? Because when you have that title, then that kind of automatically makes you think of all of eBay. But the content of the show is really basically geared to the garage seller, that's kind of not really doing, quote, business, and it's just not all that valuable. And what I'm seeing right about now is that the desire and the course that John Donahoe seems to be speaking to when I hear him speak of late about how it wants to be a secondary marketplace and how we're looking to businesses to bring their product lines that are secondary to the platform and all of that, and also raising the bar for sellers so that they can be in the trusted seller program. All that kind of stuff seems to be geared totally different than the show is geared towards, and it seems like they're on two totally separate planets. It's almost like this eBay radio show was still in around 1999 eBay, while John Donahoe's speech is around 2009 and beyond, and it's kind of disconcerting because the whole show says eBay radio, and if that's the if that's what you're putting out there as your radio program, and then you come back and you look at the content that is given on that show, and you say, wow, what kind of platform is eBay? It's almost confusing. It's like a forked tongue going out, and it's not on the same page. So I'm really wondering if this is part of maybe the reformulation or the removal of the eBay radio program and the whole Griff movement that follows it, because I'm not really seeing the content of that show, matching the content or the character or the directive of the CEO. It's very weird. Maybe it is really time for that show's format and its content to take a look at how they could really update it to make it more in line with where eBay is trying to go and to the people that eBay is trying to speak to. So, and hopefully, Griff and the staff over there, because I'm sure that these guys are very, very dedicated to the eBay community as they see it, and there are people in the eBay community that follow that show. But when you put a show that deep into some links, and then say we want to track the traffic and we want to see who's doing it by eBay user ID, it's kind of weird, and I'm wondering if those days are numbered. I don't know. Any rate, this is your boy John, CodeRice.com. I'm out here, guys. Peace.